Hi, everybody. Welcome into the broadcast of You Are Enough, and I'm your host, Prophetess Nikki. Listen, before we dive into the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the videos, and don't forget, guys, to tap that notification bell. So when I upload a video, you're not going to miss one. Thank you for purchasing your copy of the book, Becoming a Master of Divine Consciousness. No reaction that you gave was so powerful. You know, when you say absolutely nothing, when you react, when you don't react, that's powerful. You gave no reaction to a reaction that people gave you. That's powerful. Don't react and don't respond. Listen, this is how you're going to win. This is how you're going to get it all. Do not respond. Don't react. Your non reaction is powerful. Silence is powerful. You know, when you don't respond and you don't react, that's powerful because your silence and by you not reacting, that is a huge, huge power that God gave you that you're conveying. You are conveying so much power by being quiet. You know, sometimes people think they convey their power by talking a lot, by saying so much, but you're really showing your power when you don't react. That's powerful. It's more powerful not to react than to respond. When people jab you low, listen, don't respond. Do not respond. Do not react. That's powerful. No response is powerful. Hashtag that. My response against no response is powerful. That means do not respond. When you don't say what the enemy wants you to say, family, when people trigger you, that's powerful. Your silence is so powerful. We got to learn to be quiet in this season of our life. We got to learn to let the enemy think he's won. We got to learn to let the enemy think he's gotten on our nerves. We got to learn to let the enemy think and believe that he has gotten the best of us, and knowing that they have not. The enemy didn't get the best of you. And guess what? God is not going to allow the enemy to get the best of you. Absolutely not. It's just not going to happen, family of God. Don't give a response. Learn to be quiet. Learn to walk in your kingdom authority. Learn to walk in silence. Learn to not respond. I want to keep saying that because you need to hear it. You know, we have to be repetitive in teaching because we learn more sometimes through repetition, doing something over and over and over and over again. It's just like faith. Faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word of God. You know, your faith is going to be stimulated by what you hear, and you got to hear it more than one time. Don't respond. No response that you gave was powerful. People don't know what to think when you're quiet. They don't know how to maneuver when you're quiet. They don't. See, we help people trip us up sometimes in life. We help the kingdom of darkness hurt us and injure us because we talk a lot, family of God. So we got to learn to be quiet. So don't give a response. Learn to be quiet because it's powerful. Being quiet, giving a lack of response, being silent, that is so powerful, family of God. You know, never reveal your hand, never show your hand. These hands that God gave us, the mouth that God gave us, we got to learn how to discipline our mouth. See, death and life are in the power of our tongue. This is why God tells us we can give life or we can bring damnation to the life that we already have. When you are quiet, when you are walking in your silence, that is powerful. You know, people don't know what you're thinking, they don't know what you're contemplating. But if you allow what people do to agitate you, to irritate you, and to get on your nerves, and you convey that is that you're agitated, that you're irritated by it, they know how to defeat you. I want you to learn how to be quiet. I want you to learn how not to respond to the response that people want you to do. Be quiet. Don't respond, family of God. I am telling you, this is so powerful. Having a lack of response to the things that the kingdom of darkness will bring in your life. That's powerful for you because you're going to keep the enemy under your feet because that's where he belongs, under your feet. The enemy has no place in your life. And the word of God tells us, give no place to the enemy because when you give him place, boy, he'll try to take room and he'll try to take full place in your life where he don't belong. So be so silent in this season. Just be quiet. Learn to be quiet. Learn to be led when to speak. Learn to be led what to say, how to say it, when to say it. The enemy don't know how, and the enemy don't know what tools to use when you are silent because you're not helping the enemy. You're not helping the enemy destroy your life when you're quiet. You're not. And the enemy don't like it when you don't respond to trouble. You know, God is watching and see how we respond and how we react to trouble. God is looking and God is listening. How you and I respond to trouble. How are we reacting to trouble? You know how we're going to react to trouble. You know how we're going to respond to trouble. We're going to be quiet and we're going to pray and we're going to allow God to deal with what only he can deal with. If it's too big for you, turn it over to God. God never called us to fix anything. He called us to have faith and he calls us to believe. You got to believe that God's got your back, family. You got to believe God got you covered. God said, no weapon that form against your life shall prosper. Not one weapon. I don't care what people do. I don't care what people are contemplating on doing. It would never, family. It would never succeed. It's just not going to happen. And they may think that it'll succeed, but it's not succeeding against you. What it's literally doing for people, it is succeeding against them. And as their day go by, they will see what they've done to try to damage you. They have literally damaged themselves. So be quiet in this season of your life. Learn how powerful your silence is. Learn how powerful you not responding. It's powerful not to respond. And when you grow spiritually, you're not going to respond to things how you used to respond because you're going to know when you're quiet, you've won. When you're not giving that response that you used to give to people, they're going to know something is different about you. Then they're going to start questioning, what do you know? You got to keep the enemy guessing. See, when the enemy think they're making a fool out of you, family of God, you keep that in your pocket and let God reveal what he needs to reveal to these people when he gets ready to reveal it. It is powerful in your silence and it is powerful when you don't give a response. Don't let the enemy know everything they do against your life bothers your family. Don't let the enemy understand and know that everything they say bothers you. The treatment that people give you, don't let people know how much it irritates you and bothers you. We gotta have wisdom. Have wisdom. That's the principal thing we're supposed to pray for is wisdom. And God said, in all you're getting, he said, you all need to get an understanding in all of our getting. God said, get an understanding and pray for wisdom because wisdom is the principal thing. You're going to have the enemy nervous. You're going to have the enemy upset. You're going to have the enemy in their feelings. Why? Because you're quiet. You're not showing your hand. You're not revealing your feelings. You learn to be quiet. You've learned to hone in your spiritual peace. And when you can hone in your spiritual peace, and you're going to only get to do this through that prayer, that direct communication to God, that's your prayer life, you're going to hone in peace. And the enemy is not going to know what you're thinking. The enemy is not going to know what you're getting ready to do. The enemy is not going to know the plans you put in place. You know why? Because you're going to be quiet. You're not going to air them. So let the enemy think you're stupid. Let the enemy think they've won. Let them. We will see who will have the last laugh, and God will reveal who will still be standing. You will still be standing. Thank y'all for tuning in to the broadcast today. We'll talk later.